Hello， 大家好，歡迎大家嚟到 NetGen 談賽馬頻道嘅職場足球投注分析。嚟到朋友，希望俾個 like 呢段片，同埋分享呢段片俾朋友睇睇，去宣傳下頻道。未撳訂閱嘅，希望大家撳個訂閱掣支持一下。最緊要俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。舉手之勞。多多幫忙，感謝你們。今晚同大家帶嚟一場意甲嘅賽事，博洛尼亞對費倫天拿。嚟到嘅朋友，希望俾個 like， 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。咁啊，大家賽前有咩心水，都歡迎大家喺留言板度揮揮手，做個好朋友。嚟到朋友都可以喺留言板度揮揮手，做個好朋友，咁就為止一支棒啦。咁啊，呢場賽事咧開 TV 76台有直播嘅，咁啊，所以都大家可以開定76台睇一睇啦。嚟到嘅朋友留個言，打個招呼，支持一下。
After his mother passed away in an untimely manner this morning. Message from the Fiorentina fans there to Raffaele Palladino. The starting lineups: Vincenzo Italiano is still without star man Riccardo Orsolini, but the sudden arrival of Doi and the promising performances from Benjamin Dominguez make his absence less consequential for Bologna. Two important players are missing today, with Stefano and Miranda both left out of the starting 11.
喂，咩坐咩車落咩客？
Santiago
我買咗客隊，費倫天拿。
selected to lead the line for the Rossoblu. Another very important player for Bologna this season, Lucas Skorupski, who was instrumental in Bologna coming away from the Stadio da Luz in Lisbon, Portugal, as Bologna were able to shut out Benfica and get a draw, which didn't help their chances of qualifying for the knockout stages, but always a difficult place to go and a good point earned for Vincenzo Italiano and his players. The officials for today's game: Miguel Fabri takes charge of the match. He's flanked by Alex Cavani.
你買嗰隻飛輪告為叫咯，
Marco Piccinini is the
飛輪告其實都幾好分。
whereas in VAR centre,
臨場孖寶飛啊，我就有幸中到。
who takes a look at proceedings from afar.
林天明你好，保成致勝咧就做唔到啊！嗰啲飛輪告都仲中到。
Record 9th consecutive win in Serie A. Goodmanson, Colbani and Ken all returned to the starting side in Serie A, with Goodmanson netting for the first time in Europe since his return from injury. The defence and midfield are unchanged, with Fiorentina carrying a goal threat from almost every position this season. It's a really good atmosphere inside the ground today. Record attendance for this match at the Renato Dall'Ara. Record attendance this season. Nearly 30,000 fans in attendance.
Hello， 拍好處你好。
For the start of the game, it is Bologna against
有飛輪告買六寶就， 可惜佢係嗰場之前你先見到孖寶飛，買六寶嗰陣時你見唔到。
Fiorentina might be on course to achieving something that they haven't done since 1969, and that's winning the Serie A title. They're outsiders to do so, but their league position at the moment 先生你好，今日啲足球有冇斬獲？感謝林建明強勁打賞，感謝你。 For the first time since leaving in the summer, he left a good legacy in Florence, taking the team back into Europe after a 5-year hiatus. And you saw the manner in which Italiano greeted his former colleagues and former players when he went over to the Fiorentina dugout to say hello to everyone there. Fiorentina have been an unstoppable force at the moment. Only Atalanta have won more consecutive games than Fiorentina have at the moment. And Fiorentina could make it 9 today, surpassing the record set by Luis Caniglia's side back in 1960. Stefano Citterio, Raffaele Palladino's assistant head coach, who takes charge of the game today. Raffaele Palladino, who was given the very sad news this morning that his mother Rosa had passed away quite suddenly. He has therefore gone to be with his family. Castro Dominguez is going to be given us a free kick there. Santiago Castro just bumping Pietro Comuzzo enough to put him off, and Michael Fabri with no hesitation whatsoever that was a foul. Fiorentina have the meanest defence in Serie A. They've only conceded 10 goals. Bologna, meanwhile, have the best defence on home soil. They've only conceded 3. Both teams are capable of scoring goals. Both teams like to play attractive football. So we may have the full package here today. Dominguez steps in. That's just hit the referee. It'll be a drop ball. Dodo. Compagni just marshalled out a play there by Emil Hall.
4.5半場國勢 1.45 倍，
Shoes of Juan Miranda to fill.
買250蚊。
A regular starter.
4.5半場國勢 1.45倍，250蚊。4.5半場國勢 1.45倍，250蚊。成交。4.5半場國勢250蚊。
Hold.
歡迎大家嚟到朋友，希望俾個 like 舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。希望能夠將個 like 數由14 like 暴升去到20 like， 感謝你們。現在我手持半場 4.5 國勢 1.45倍250蚊。講同廣告掣先，翻嚟嘅朋友記住 live 直播中同原點，感謝。
Uses Dodo. Cataldi's cross, Pobega in the way.
肥仔啱啱買咗，琴日澳搞玩好玩全大波，哇！你又正啦。Hello， 各位你好。今日錄波係分一隻飛。 喂，不過講真，今日啲馬咧都有啲假地嘅。嗱，海泉星嗰場咁慢步速有多彩多姿過，咁都算數。哇！一起美麗米奇裏面成條大道俾佢哋衝上嚟嘅可以，蔡約翰。哇！真係私家3還私家3啫，但係你唔使裡面咁大條路上嚟啊嘛。 你私家3手前置前置貼欄，第2格、第3格你有位唔出奇，哇！但係米奇一起美麗嗰啲咧係好後啊，都有條私家路咁樣穿上嚟，咁着數都有㗎。你講真，你買咗米奇一起美麗咧，轉緊彎你都準備搣飛嘅呢啲位，點知係有位上，即係
10場馬，賽看完4場，係咪羅富全1場，容天鵬1場？咁咪6場頭馬喎。
Hostilities in the stands as well with the chant of Chi non salta Bolognese. If you're not jumping up and down, then you're from Bologna. It's a wonderful atmosphere inside the Renato Dall'Ara. The previous record attendance this season was set at 25,000 only a couple of days ago. That's now been beaten as Moise Ken is through. A little bit too hard that one, looking for Beltran. Cataldi keeps it alive. Dan Doy now. Dan Doy, speedy and away from Cataldi. Bologna coming forwards for the first time. And Doy has Dominguez.
Ooh.
A little touch off the dot.
Dominguez.
That took the sting out of the shot. Well defended by Fiorentina. Hadley.
Dominguez 係咩國籍嘅先？阿根廷啊，係啊，我知 Dominguez 呢個名就好阿根廷21歲嚟 Dominguez。波洛尼亞左中場30號嘅 Dominguez 阿根廷球員。費倫天拿正前鋒基安代表咩國家隊咧？究竟佢？最後係代表意大利，基安又代表意大利國家隊。杜係咪巴西嘅？
Far side for Bergkamp, but it's Remo Freuler who's chosen. Remo Freuler who makes his 250th Serie A appearance today. Not as young as he once was, Freuler, particularly when he played for Atalanta, but he still is so effective in that central.
我諗住方家柏會唔會換個何永年上去？
Control the pace of games. His vision
結果換咗巴頓。
to find intricate passes. Excellent. Lukumi has Doy available. Goes to Bergkamp.
係啊，一飛美利同米奇勁快一樣，好離譜啊根本上。
Lukumi allowed to come forwards. Dominguez. Ball forwards, dealt with by Ranieri, one back by Tommaso Pobega.
龍門場，費倫天拿。
Unleashed a ferocious strike there.
有買到4.5國勢嘅朋友，揮手做個好朋友。有買到4.5國勢嘅朋友，揮手做個好朋友。
Bologna from Milan.
Tony 槍買咗。
At the moment being held on to. Pobega wins it back nicely.
Wow,
Referee has
Pobega.
advantage. Dominguez.
又係 Dominguez 啊！
A little bit greedy there, the youngster.
啱天明都買咗4.5國勢啦。
Castro who runs into him. Dominguez with a quick feet to get away from his immediate marker. He had options left and right, chose to go for goal. David De Gea. Dodon. Company to is it Ken?
費倫天拿，哇靚啊！呢嚿傳得。
Onto this one. Goodmanson.
費
Over Skorupski.
倫天拿傳得靚。
Fiorentina players are appealing for a penalty. We've got all the other way as Dan Doy.
波洛尼亞唔理你啦，依邊個反擊先啦佢話。
Attacking on the other side, it's Dominguez once more. Dominguez readjusts. Now Holm. Pobega. Freuler.
呢場波好睇啊，兩隊波都有啲球味。
Really enjoyable start to the game. Dominguez once again. Home. This is going to be a big test as well for young Pietro Comuzzo in the Fiorentina backline. Really cemented that centre-back partnership with Luca Ranieri. Home to Odegaard. Castro waits. Shot blocked by Comuzzo. Ken. Silvestri hasn't got the legs he used to have when he played for Fiorentina all those years ago.
都幾重手。
Lukumi there was just a little bit
好難講咩準則嘅，有啲人話唔重手，有啲人話重手。不過嗰場馬咧，咁我話講咩啊？應該首先講我係有呢個利益衝突，因為我自己都買咗進步強飛。哇！呢個有冇10點啊？ outside the box。講到咩啊？講到我自己係即係利益衝突，我自己一出馬打人進步強飛，自己臨場買進步強飛。不過麥道朗係咁騎馬㗎喎。贏得靚嗰陣時，你咪話佢走位精彩咯。呢個應該12碼嚟嘅。費倫天拿應該有12碼喎。使唔使 VAR 啊？好似喺禁區裏面犯規嘅。贏得靚嗰陣時，你咪話線型走位啊，轉彎挨出嚟挨得好靚啊！有意外嗰陣時咪口誅筆伐咯。咁呢啲係佢騎法浪漫勇士都唔止一次係咁。咁可能今次佢壓出嚟壓得突力啲，都未定。不過其實你睇翻佢浪漫勇士嗰啲咧，都係咁樣壓出嚟嘅。咁所以你話好難話邊啲人壓得好，邊啲人壓得唔好，好難説。咁但係唔比較咁多啦。咁總之今次呢次意外，即係我諗都7成由佢造成啦，係咪先？7、8成由佢造成啦。咁都要譴責嘅，但係大家都要即係唔好雙重標準啦。贏嗰陣時又話佢咁樣壓出嚟靚，造成意外嗰陣時又話佢打矛波咁啊唔得。但係就對事不對人嚟講咧，呢次麥道朗咧，的確係令到披威森度馬有7成原因歸佢啦，至少係咪先？咁所以都係值得要譴責嘅。但係就大家不要忘記自己之前點樣讚呢個麥道朗世一轉緊彎線出嚟閃得好靚嗰啲咧，大家唔好忘記大家之前即係鬧緊嗰啲人啊，唔好忘記自己係有咁講過咯，就係咁樣分享。唔係因為而家你麥道朗而家上網話鬧麥道朗嘅，梗係理直氣壯，係咪先？但係要揾翻鬧嗰啲人，之前有冇話過麥道朗騎得好靚先？啲浪漫勇士啊，或者線出嚟嗰啲位係咪先？咁呢啲就標準要劃一啦。咁啊對事不對人嚟講，今次麥道朗當然唔啱啦，係咪先
？It's going to be an interesting matchup down Bologna's right flank as Gudmundsson has a sight at goal. Stopped there by the Bologna defenders. Odegaard. Dodon intercepts. Excellent defending on the front foot from the Brazilian. Now Kurbani. Brought down by Holm. Looks to be a little bit of a foul.
哇！呢場波嘅節奏都幾快。Dominguez 9號阿根廷球員，會都有心思，都有心思。
Yellow card that's been shown by Michael Fabri. I wonder if it was given to Dodon, who was in the vicinity of the referee. I didn't quite see that. Castro's pass just lets him down. Here's the possible foul on Kulbani.
嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，希望將個 like 數由16 like 暴升去到23 like，23 like 目標，感謝你們。
It's been a breathless start to the game. Ken, too strong. Beltran. Really good play there from Lucas Beltran, and good to see that he didn't throw himself to the ground on the contact. Here he is again, Beltran. Stays on his feet once again.
好事。
A chance to use Kulbani. Skorupski just chooses to calm things down a little bit. Lukumi. Comuzzo. Very impressive this season, Pietro Comuzzo. Still only 19 years old, but he shows a maturity for his age that is very uncommon. De Gea looking for Moise Ken. Adli, Ranieri, Cataldi. Ranieri falls backwards. De Gea, Dodo.
哇！呢個多度都幾勁喎，呢個巴西右閘咧，費人天。
Joy tracking back, really good play from the Swiss, and it's Bologna's turn to once again break forwards. You know, you talk about the catenaccio in Italian football, parking the bus and making sure you don't concede chances. This is anything but. It's been really open so far. And from a neutral's point of view, you hope that they're able to sustain this kind of pace through the game.
好睇嘅其實呢場波，各位個節奏唔快，好生啊！呢個費人天拿右閘多度，睇得。
De Silvestri. And he got his positioning spots on. Birkin.
博洛尼亞嘅
Cataldi.
左中場杜明基斯。
Cataldi.
咦？呢又越位喎應該越位喎，應該越位喎基安，係啊。
But the flag is up. Such is his form at the moment that the slightest sight of goal will result in the net bulging.
不過你要讚賞個基安第一下攞落嚟攞得好靚。
Offside though from the replay we've just seen.
各位今日有咩精彩投注賽馬？有冇咩精彩投注啊今日？
Offside decision confirmed by Michael Fabri.
0-0。
Skorupski. Pobega. Clever pass to Odgaard. Doy, Odgaard again. Even if Dan and Doy kept on running there, I'm not quite sure he would have reached the ball.
個個都不錯啊！賺咗娛樂，得夠。各位，我預告聽日6:15 Net Channel 頻道與你談生活，又講下港股啊！啱晒你陀車啊！各位，聽日6:15將會播放下一集嘅 清談節目與你談生活，將會講首先就係沈大師陸軍節目主持，加埋總經理談一談港股2025年展望。波 P 拉我買咗半場4.5角勢1.45倍250蚊。喂，我想問下，而家都有40幾人，有冇人咧？我呢個與你談生活咧有一集咧，我亦都會講下，因為我有一晚咧就去咗土瓜灣區食飯。有冇人係對呢個住喺土瓜灣附近，或者係土瓜灣區、土瓜灣一帶比較熟嘅咧？有冇朋友？上個禮拜有一晚咧，即係啱啱嗰個禮拜，我有一晚去咗土瓜灣食飯。我真係好耐冇去土瓜灣。其實好少，即係冇乜原因去土瓜灣。咁啊，下個禮拜4咧有一集嘅與你談生活咧，就係講下土瓜灣。毛仔節目，我諗住下一集就係、等佢有助期嗰陣時先再做。同埋咧都好難做嘅而家毛仔嘅節目，因為咧佢又有幾日咧唔知點解咧又係冇操馬，唔知係咪心情低落咧？佢所有操嗰啲馬咧俾人騎晒啊嘛！即係讓愛高飛啊！你而家自己話事都係啊，啱啱跑第4啊，讓愛高飛啊，跟住仲有咩啊？福霸王啊，姚本輝嗰隻，好多馬咧都俾人騎晒，唔知係咪冇心機，跟住有幾日冇操啊？而家呢幾日都有操翻，不過都係得一隻天象龍區，操嚟操去都係一隻天象龍區。誒，確位土瓜傻，確位興奇。喂，嗰日咧，即係佢下個禮拜4會再長談啦，但係簡單啲嚟講。土瓜灣有一個新樓就係叫啟岸，咁我嗰日就去咗附近食飯。哇！出名納米樓嘅啟岸，跟住同總經理傾咧，即係我天談節目嘅節目主持。我6點幾去到啟岸咧，我喺啟岸樓下食飯，樓下附近食飯。我喺個燈火咧係，我諗得2成至2成半有燈嘅。嗱。咁我要講翻一樣嘢先，因為佢係納米樓多啊，唔係因為比較細單位多，所以可能都係翻緊工未翻屋企都未頂。但我估計咧入住率咧，佢賣晒㗎，成個啟岸嚇，恒基嘅啟岸成個啟岸賣晒。但我諗佢入住，即係真係住喺嗰度嘅人咧，我諗未必有一半。我諗大部分投資者。咁咧啟岸樓下咧，佢係搞到一個商場仔咧，懶係日韓食物咁嘅，主要日本。我6點幾去到逛一逛，首先個商場我諗而家有4成吉鋪啦，咁另外嗰5、6成佢都係食嘢嘅。我諗另外嗰5、6成咧，大部分嘅餐廳咧都係零顧客係零啊 ，zero 零顧客。咁我又可以講句咧，可能係有啲人買埋我買啫，但係有顧客嗰啲咧都係1台2台咁樣樣，好恐怖啊！即係啟岸樓下個商場。睇好似係咪即係唔買？我諗住無險東有馬坐騎嗰陣時，我就錄第2集㗎啦，都未取消得嘅。佢有坐騎嗰陣時，可能天象龍區初出嗰陣時咪有佢份咯。我唔係講樓市啊，各位，我呢個就係我係土瓜灣地鐵站沿住碼頭嚟到行去啟岸嗰度。我係講緊呢個食嘢，土瓜灣跟住附近隔離一條街咧就比較啟岸隔離有條街咧就比較多啲食肆嘅，都係冇乜人。6點幾啊，大家。咁所以即係嗰頭咧，即係而家即係話食肆已經係慘淡咧，真係慘淡，真係慘淡啲食肆。唔係之前多啲嘅無險東，即係可能呢排對自己心情低落冇乜操嘛，同埋你多咗貝茲人喺度咧，又搶貝茲人麥道朗搶到已經立咗好多坐騎啊嘛，咁咪冇乜得騎咯。咁睇下第日會唔會有啊？你唔使講啊，陳嘉熙而家都冇，係咪？陳嘉熙都係得個操字嚟㗎。佢受傷完畢㗎，都冇馬騎嘅陳嘉熙都。
On guard still. De Silvestri. Brings it back straight to an opposition player there, De Silvestri. And
嚟到朋友，希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。希望將個 like 數由17 like 暴升去到23 like， 咁就為之接班啦。講咁講個掣先，翻嚟嘅朋友記住 live 直播中同點，感謝。哇！而家另外嗰3場馬德里體育會對基達菲，越南對印尼，百里頓對水晶宮全部0-0啊！自賣呢場都係0-0。
To his feet. Stefan Posch, who wasn't injury down for the game, has just picked up his warm-up there. The eventuality that he has to come on the pitch.
Tony Chow 可以攞定啲發 gel 頭，今天應該係啊，攞定啲發 gel 頭啊！半場4.5國勢，睇嚟應該收錢。
Still waiting for the first real clear-cut chance of the match.
你多啲飛叫緊，叫咩飛先
？Goodmanson and Ken, likewise for Fiorentina, Pobega, Castro, Odegaard.
波落嚟啊
Odegaard leaves it for Ndoye. De Silvestri and Ndoye. Just telling Odegaard before and earlier. Lukumi.
感謝 Lam Kim Min 嘅強勁打賞。
Comuso doing everything he needs to do correctly there to nullify the threats of Santiago Castro. Castro, who's made that number 9 jersey his own.
2.5大。
Questions at the start of the season as to whether
水晶宮1-0
him or Tisdolinga who would lead the line for Bologna this season. Dolinga, who was brought in for a considerable amount of money from Toulouse in the French Ligue 1. And who scored 14 goals for the TFC, the French top division. Castro, who was still a much more raw talent. Four goals for him so far this season, Santiago Castro. He only scored 1 in his previous Serie A experiences. Bologna also playing with the considerable absence of Riccardo Orsolini, who is the club's top scorer in the league so far this campaign. 6 goals for Orsolini, but also the threat that Orsolini brings with his movement, with his speed. Castro will be a Bologna ball. Castro so keen to move it along quickly. At times in his mannerisms and with his strength, Castro reminds me a little bit of young Carlos Tevez.
Carlos Tevez
player. Bergman, lovely ball. There is Castro. Dan Ndoye, runner Gosens. Dan Ndoye trying to thread the pass through. Fiorentina ball.
原來博洛里亞前場另一個 Castro 都係阿根廷喎，9號。博洛里亞左前場30號杜明基斯同埋9號嘅 Castro 都係阿根廷。頭先佢仲話係 young 嘅 Carlos Tevez。Carlos Tevez。
Now gone, the Renato Dall'Ara still goalless. but it has been a really enjoyable game so far between Bologna and Fiorentina.
嗱，Tony Chow 你唔使喺度做呢個心理自我安慰嘅，仲有20分鐘，隨時整多2球咧，點知啊？係咪先？20分鐘、10分鐘有乜球搞掂咧？
This stage last season, so much was made in the summer since he was announced as the new Bologna head coach. The fact that Bologna lost arguably their 2 best players in the form of Calafiori and Joshua Zirkzee, both who departed for the Premier League, and Arsenal and Manchester United respectively. And he's done well, the Italiano, and he's looking to do even better.
哇！馬德里體育會仲攻緊啊，隨時再整多球啊！馬德里。
Free kick that's given against the Swedish left back. Italiano, who is of course very fondly remembered during his time at Fiorentina by the Viola supporters, and the staff and owners have only positive things to say about Vincenzo Italiano. First season in charge of Fiorentina after joining them from Spezia, he finished 7th, qualifying La Viola for the Europa Conference League and bringing them back into the European fold after a 5-year hiatus. They reached the final of the Conference League where they were beaten 2-1 by West Ham in a game where arguably Fiorentina were the better side. Once again able to qualify for Europe that season. Once again they reached the final against Olympiacos where they were beaten in extra time. Pobega has Dominguez. Dominguez quickly closed down by Colpani and Dodon.
杜多又嚟啦！哇！呢個真係有球味喎，杜多冇事添喎。
Perhaps source of bitterness for Italiano, that he reached 3 finals with Fiorentina without ever being able to win one, twice in the Europa Conference League, and he also reached the Coppa Italia final in his 2nd season, beaten 2-1 by Inter in that game. It's physical out there, as these replays suggest, but it's all contributing to it's been a really good duel. These are 2 teams that are playing some of the best football at the moment in the Italian top flight. Bologna have won 3 of the last 5 Serie A matches, losing only to Lazio, dropping points against Juventus, as we've already discussed in the game where they probably should have won it, being for Bangula's late strike. Lukumi. Fiorentina, of course, have been bettered only by Atalanta in the course of the last 2-3 months. Skorupski goes long. Also, once again, first to it, Dominguez. Taldi chip forwards, and Ken is after this one. Ken. Lukumi and Berkema sticking very close together as they try and stop Macy Ken from using his physical attributes to get the better of the Bologna defence. 10 minutes to go in this first half. Dan Ndoye allowed to turn. Dan Ndoye. His passing's just let him down a little bit in this first half. Dan Ndoye. Bergkamp. Lukumi. As he can. Maybe landed awkwardly there after he jumped for the ball. He's not moving freely at all. To try and run that one off. Lukumi finds Odgaard. That pass has been available a few times for Bologna. Odgaard. It's very difficult what he was trying to do. Could score, and probably will score at some point this season. More a question of when than if. Moise Kean reaches double figures in Serie A for the first time in his career. He actually scored his very first Serie A goal for Juventus against Bologna in 2017. Burst onto the scene as this promising youngster. Didn't quite happen for Moise Kean at Juventus. With the pressure of the Bianconeri shirt on his shoulders. Stints in the Premier League with Everton, which didn't necessarily work out. His highest scoring season was with Paris Saint-Germain Ligue 1. Before then, eventually returning to Italy, where once more he wasn't capable of showing his full potential and skill. He's certainly doing so here with Fiorentina. Beltran, Gudmundsson, Adli, nice feed. Gudmundsson, Kean, Beltran, Kean.
Oi!
Under the legs there of Tommaso Povega. Povega, who is on a yellow card, is going to have to tread very, very carefully. Fiorentina so far haven't exploited their set pieces. They've been one of the deadliest sides in Serie A from dead ball situations. Gudmundsson, low, Cataldi, for Silvestri away, Beltran fails to connect with it. Dominguez just prolongs the ball a little bit. Dodot to Adli. Dominguez wins it back, good play. Dominguez still. Free kick won by Benjamin Dominguez. Showed a lot of his potential, Dominguez, in the Coppa Italia win against Monza a couple of weeks ago, where he scored and assisted in that game. Dan Ndoye has gone down clutching his face. Cousins didn't make contact with his face, but Ndoye's knee just buckled a little bit awkwardly there. The intensity certainly present in this game, and Dan Ndoye He's holding on to that right leg of his, which is the one that buckled a little bit unnaturally. Miguel Fabri explaining his decision to Bologna captain Lorenzo De Silvestri. Considering the injury to Riccardo Orsolini, this is certainly a player that Bologna can ill afford to lose. And you just saw as he came through him there, Gosens, the right leg just bends. Carlson's going to warm up. This doesn't look good for Damon Doy. A 24-year-old who had a couple of injuries, crashed into the post against Roma long ago, which saw him leave the pitch there. He feared the worst. He was taken off. It's really a broken leg. It wasn't that bad, thankfully, for the Swiss. And you can see the Renato Dall'Ara faithful who are watching on with concern. Less so for this young Fiorentina supporter. So Bologna at the moment playing with a one-man down. Castro this time gets the better of Comazzo. Compagni being able to close him down. Ken. Goodman.
Fiorentina.
Cataldi.
入得喎，炒飛機。國球。
So this is going to be a Fiorentina corner. We haven't seen enough of this from the Viola midfielders, bursting through from midfield, particularly as Lukumi and Berkema are going very tight with Moise Ken trying to keep him on a leash. Adley's corner. Ken Skorupski able to collect it. But once again, the Polish goalkeeper earning his stripes in the Bologna goal. Ken got the power, not really the direction. Straight at Skorupski. Look who was on the line to clear it just in case it reached him. Thiago Castro. Lukumi. Big gap with the switch. A little bit too high for De Silvestri and Damon Doy. He's probably going to make way now. There's a chance for Cataldi and Skorupski just getting his glove to it.
Wonder
if the Bologna medical staff are asking whether or not Damon Doy can reach half-time and then perhaps have a longer time to look at the Bologna player's leg. There are going to be 2 added minutes, but it looks like he's going to grit his teeth at Doy. There's the leg, the way it just turns. Immediately his hand goes to the part under his knee. He's limping, Doy. There to head on, Castro.
哇！補時1分鐘啊，上半場都補得幾少啊！
Bigger, brings it down. Dominguez finds a little bit of space. Here's Odegaard.
Oh!
And he's put it wide.
龍門球。
With some way to finish the first half, that for Bologna. Dominguez to Odegaard. Odegaard trying to find Dan and Doy. Goes at it with his left foot. Dan and Doy just wonder whether he was on the
上半場收錢先。 上半場一角輕鬆收錢，有買到4.5角勢嘅朋友打個4字，開心一下。上半場領先馬會。 112個半，輕鬆之後頭。 有買到半場4.5角勢嘅朋友，打個4字，開心一下。同你再諗見輕鬆。好，而家休息一下先，大家去飲啖水，斟啖暖水飲下，下天氣涼冷。咁啊，8分鐘之後翻到嚟再同大家直擊呢場意大利甲組聯賽，博洛尼亞對費倫天。 Hello， 大家好，歡迎大家翻到嚟 Matching 談賽馬頻道嘅即場足球投注分析㗎，準備開始下半場嘅意甲賽事。不過同時間睇下其他賽事有冇商機先。啱啱英冠呢場好似諾域治領先緊搬嚟1-0，不過未必揾到直播添。諾域治搬嚟好似冇直播嘅呢啲咁嘅賽事，冇唔睇啦，冇直播。咦，下半場都差唔多展開啦，播落嚟啊！唔搞咁多嘢，睇住先。
Swiss, whose knee just buckled at the end of the first half following a challenge by Robin Gosens, which should lead to Bologna reorganising themselves a little bit. Odgaard, who was playing in a number 10 role, will move to one of the flanks. Ferguson will come in behind Castro.
嚟到朋友，希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞，多多幫忙，感謝你們。希望下半場繼續興取馬會。
It was a first half with plenty of action, but no goals. Bologna and Fiorentina, who are looking to get themselves in the front.
爭啲入波。
It's come off the woodwork.
中柱添，原來。
What a lapse in concentration at the back there for Fiorentina and Santiago Castro. It almost looks like he didn't connect with it properly. Ferguson with an immediate impact. Castro, who, if he did it deliberately, it was brilliant, hits the ball into the ground to avoid the slight tackle of the Fiorentina defender. Here's Beltran. And off we go immediately with that frenetic rhythm we saw at the start of the first half before things settled down somewhat as the game went on. Home. Skorupski.
睇嚟今天兵都係強壯之人喎，算係幾凍㗎啦而家。晏晝就唔凍啦，有太陽。早上夜晚都有啲涼嘅啦。
Gosens ball comes up harmlessly into the hands of Lucas Skorupski. Just 100 kilometres, give or take, separating Bologna and Florence. Big historical rivalry as well, which dates back to the Renaissance period, with both cities establishing themselves as beacons of that era. From a footballing perspective, first ever clash between these two sides was in 1928 in Florence again, which was won 3-2 by Bologna. Both teams coached by Roman head coach Fulvio Bernardini, who won the title with Fiorentina in 1956 before moving to Bologna and winning the Rossoblu's last Serie A title in 1964. A team that at the time, their quality was so great it was dubbed as football that is played only in paradise. 5 years later, during Fiorentina's triumphant 1968-69 campaign, the only game that they lost throughout the course of that season was against Bologna at the Comunale di Firenze.
Jackie 你好，下半場未買，上半場輕取咗馬會112個半。
Castro goes down. Neri guilty, committing the foul there on Castro. He's had the best chance of the match so far. Dodot stops Odgaard. Clever pass from Dodot. Adli. Gosens has been kept quiet from an attacking point of view. Bergkamp. Lukumi. Pobega. Pobega, who is on a yellow card. Odegaard chasing this one. De Gea comes a long way. Castro. Home to Lewis Ferguson. Bergkamp, De Silvestri, Dominguez. It's that ability to turn so quickly. Benjamin Dominguez has been causing problems. Pobega!
Ui, wow! 迪基亞接實。
Really fast move there from Tommaso Pobega. Well caught by David De Gea. That goes in, that's one of the goals of the season. Chesting it down and then putting it on the volley. With Moise Kean still stopped right at the last moment. Castro. Too clever for Komutsu. Dominguez, tiny touch initially. Ranieri. Umpire once again. Fiorentina captain and all of the players would have been mightily relieved when Eduardo Bove was discharged from hospital following his collapse against Inter a few weeks ago. Bove, who's been fitted with a pacemaker, he's still unable to return to playing action, but he was seen in the Fiorentina camp, given a rousing round of applause by the players when he returned to the first players meeting with the staff, accompanied by Danilo Cataldi, who was one of the first Fiorentina players to rush over to try and help him, pulled his tongue out of his mouth in order to try and protect Eduardo Bove and avoid him suffocating. Cataldi, one of the players who's been most close to Eduardo Bove. Both of them have, of course, played in Rome, one for Lazio, one for Roma. Here's Compagni. Ken's on the move. Pobega tracking back really well. Dominguez goes down. Castro. Ranieri tumbling. There's a little bit of afters there between Ranieri and Santiago Castro. He's not going to back down, Santiago Castro, that's for sure. A bit of a shove there from Castro in the back of the Fiorentina captain. It all ends in a embrace from both players, who nonetheless are going to get a little bit of a talking to from Michael Fabri. Ferguson finds Odegaard. It's Ferguson again. Pobega. Odegaard, Ferguson. Bologna have undoubtedly lost a little bit of speed with the substitution made for Dan and Doy. Ferguson brings a lot of ability in that midfield, combativeness. Bologna are going to have to come up with something pretty special.
中意抄，輕鬆收錢，恭喜！
Haven't conceded in their last 5 games away from home.
中意抄都中意買入球大嘅。
In Serie A, that is. Hadley, tailed by Dominguez. Beltran, he's kept on running. Working as a cross. It's given straight to Beltran. Cleared by Holm. Extra chases, Comuzzo. Straight to Freuler. What a first touch that is from Freuler. Odegaard. Pobega coming through the middle. Odegaard goes
Whoa!
And he needs
a
good stop from David De Gea. Just opened up for him there, Odegaard, and that was sneaking in, I can tell you. Reacts quickly, David De Gea. Expect no less of him. One of the finest shot stoppers in the game. Chance here for Bologna from the corner. Odegaard, it's low, Lukumi, Ferguson, Holm. And he's come a long way to press, and he's won back the ball. Now it's Cataldi. Skorupski comes, which is clear to Silvestri, Holm.
繼續Fiorentina。
Beltran.
喂，傳失咗，搏落嚟啦，唔夠人。呢度有傳失，鬥傳失啊！
On we go. Pobega again. Ferguson driving. Looking for De Silvestri, who just hung back. Now it's Ken. Ken still. The better one points it Ken there.
左後場交嘅球波落嚟。
It's been a fascinating duel, recognised by both players who just check each other there. Change here for Fiorentina. Riccardo Sottil comes on, and Albert Gudmundsson is going to make way. Gudmundsson looks a little bit disappointed. Started the game very well. His first start in Serie A since returning from injury. Yielded the results he clearly would have wanted.
你買嗰啲係非常正確嘅，通知抄入球，大細角球大細，即場啊！賽前又冇啊，即場有得睇版嘅。咁啊，讓球盤大家切磋下睇基礎，希望穩定地為你帶回來盈利。哇！又追到喎 Dominguez。我入得啦，1-0放落嚟啊！靚波。
Jens Odegaard, who scored when these two sides last met, and then Renato Gallara once again on cue. And it was started off by a brilliant pass by Santiago Castro. Look at that for a ball.
英超尋日啲盤選民有錯，即係利物浦啊，利物浦富咸2-2。
And Bologna have managed to do something that Fiorentina's last 5 opponents away from home have failed to do, and that is score against La Viola. Jens Odgaard has just gotten the better
阿仙奴係幾啊？
of the meanest defence in Serie A. This sets up
0-1都可以話法。
a very interesting
咁啊真係好
final
死喎！
half hour of play here at the
對
Dome.
錯下陣0-0，你都唔係話唔驚。
Skorupski goes long. Ferguson. Berkham has switch. Looking for the goal scorer, Odgaard. Pobega. Rolls Cataldi does well. Still going. Tommaso Pobega. Holm. Dominguez. Never quite made the right contact there. Benjamin Dominguez. Holm has gone down. A bit of cramp there for the Swede. De Gea. Dominguez, Freuler. Bologna. Coming forwards and threatening a second here, Freuler. Berkham and Dominguez. Still a Bologna ball. Freuler. Ferguson. De Silvestri pokes it forwards. Cataldi away, but Berkham has in the way. Adli. Lukumi. Beltran cushions it down. So many shirts around him, Beltran. Pobega. Very clever ball into Ferguson. Ferguson. Now Castro. Castro.
靚波！哇！咁樣大嘥鬼啦呢個。
Vincenzo Italiano's reaction says it all. Santiago Castro is once again showing what a player he is turning into. The vision and the composure to put that ball on an absolute platter. And again, Bologna can come forward.
繼續爆㗎哇！入咗一球之後，越嚟越順暢喎。
Fiorentina rocking. Can't get the ball at the moment, Laviola.
Ui.
Handball given against Beltran. Dominguez. Once again, he's the one involved. Odgaard. Ferguson. Holm. Pobega. Lukumi. Berkham. Dominguez. Castro.
哇！踢得相當精彩一步嚟啊！入咗一球之後，信心大增添。
Bergkamp. De Silvestri. Lucky De Silvestri. Sotil's gone down. De Silvestri still. Sort of thing that's given nowadays. From that angle, realise just what a poor finish it is. Italiano, senseless at that miss. Dominguez. Great second half.
哇，又繼續到 Dominguez 啊！
Still goes. Adli, Cataldi and Adli need to regain control of midfield because Freuler and Pobega are absolutely dominating them at the moment. I've spoken a lot about Fiorentina's excellent away record and the fact that they haven't conceded in Serie A in the last 5 away games, with the chance of going 6 games in a row away from home without conceding for the first time in the club's history. Funnily enough, Fiorentina are playing their first away game since November 24th in the league, a match that they won 2-0 against Como. Lukumi. Once again, that pass spot on with Ken just lurking behind. Gosens. Bergkamp. Freuler. Once again, tidying up behind everybody else. Ferguson. Odegaard. Bologna, who played very, very well in the first half, have found a couple of extra gears in the second.
哇！使唔使咁樣？不過佢自己就臨尾一腳冇力啊！
If he gives that one, Odegaard, Castro's got a free shot at goal. It's Ranieri who stayed down. It's caught a little bit there, Ranieri, as Odegaard stretched for the ball. Looks like he's going to be okay to continue though, the Fiorentina captain. This is the goal again. Tidy, tidy finish there from Odegaard. But again, what a ball from Santiago Castro. It's one of the best passes you'll see all season to pick out Dominguez. Bergkamp. Bergkamp and Lukumi have had another excellent game as well at the back. Moise Kean has had so little to do in this game because of him. Sotti round the outside. Came off Beltran last. No, the decision is in the corner.
龍門球，俾咗個球。
He's just overruled himself there. It did look like it came off Beltran
龍門
last.
球俾咗。
Dodon. Intercepted by home, Freuler. Dominguez. Dramatic that from Dominguez. Looks like he's turning into a bit of a crowd pleaser. And in Dominguez. Bologna can
馬會又收檔喎個球。
send the centre back
頭先
forward here.
呢個改咗係冇判角球咧，唔知馬會係咪自己收咗檔唔識？唔知佢係冇改角球有乜鬼啊？
The changes.
馬會而家封咗角，冇得買角頂佢。
Who's faded in the second
準備諗住向馬會展開攻擊，點知佢封咗角？
in his place.
出翻嚟。
Danilo Cataldi. So next way with Richardson coming on.
大家馬會戶口準備登入啊！隨時隨地攻擊馬會啊！
Comes the ball for Baker.
會
There's Ferguson. Off guard.
會做乜事？
Rosario Abiso has just told the referee to
3.5個大1.46倍，跳上一下買250蚊。3.5個大1.46倍，跳上一下買250蚊。3.5個大1.46倍，跳上一下買250蚊。
be looked at in any sort of significance.
3.5個大1.46倍，跳上一下買250蚊。誒，割咗咯喎，封咗嘅突然間，割咗喎可能。
Dominguez.
你冇啊，冇割過，冇割過，冇割過。佢又封嚟做乜咧馬會？好，仲係1.46倍啊，跳上一下買250蚊。3.5個大1.46倍，跳上一下買250蚊。3.5個大1.46倍，哇！而家又封埋，馬會好鬼煩，睇緊12碼。 冇事啊！
Certainly not the elbow in the face that Castro is indicating. Sotil. Past the Silvestri. Two players on his back. Pick out the Sotil.
而家1.5倍喎，好1.5倍250蚊，3.5個大1.5倍250蚊。3.5個大1.5倍250蚊撳緊。3.5個大1.5倍250蚊撳緊。
Silvestri with his arm leaning in the back of Sotil.
哦，1.5倍啊！
Explains that he saw it as a
1.5
foul.
倍，3.5個大1.5倍250蚊撳緊。3.5個大1.5倍250蚊撳緊。成交。3.5個大1.5倍250蚊成交。
Last game before Christmas for Bologna will be a trip to Torino.
嚟到朋友希望俾個 like 啊，舉手之勞多多幫忙，感謝你們。希望將個 like 數由20 like 暴升去到28 like， 2發，大家一齊發。現在我手持3.5個大1.5倍250蚊。咁撳廣告仔先翻嚟嘅朋友，記住 live 直播中碰完點，感謝你們。
Low ball, Berkema in the way. Adli miscontrols.
哦 ，Castro 9號，自己控得。
Unable to control the ball properly. Home. Neil Home may have missed that chance, but from a defensive standpoint, which is his primary job, he's done very, very well. Dealing with the threat of Kurbani, door to door. Berkema back to Skorupski. Ferguson. Referee spotted handball. Fiorentina meanwhile Another game in Europe before next weekend's action.
左前場加我教富倫天奴。
Travel to Vitória Guimarães, the Europa Conference League, and then the last match before Christmas will be on home soil against Costa Uniaic's Udinese. After Christmas, the Juventus for Fiorentina. Dodon. Broiler steps in. Ferguson.
Ooh.
Ranieri.
Ooh.
Trying to steal it. Got the tackle in. De Silvestri looking for Dominguez. Another sublime touch by the youngster.
哇 ，Dominguez 真係睇得好好啊！呢個阿根廷球員。
Unable to match it.
不及左後場費倫天奴。
Stefan Posch is going to come on. Both teams at the moment are having a couple of problems with the left back and right back positions. Miranda with possible injury, and Emil Holm here, whose game is up. It's De Silvestri, who is a veteran and has plenty of experience, but doesn't have the legs anymore to really play at a sustained pace in Serie A, particularly when he has fast runners around him, which is why he struggled in the first half against Gudmundsson. Kojanis comes on, plays a bit of Neil Holm, a more traditional left back, on his left foot down that side with Kojanis. Fiorentina with problems themselves, but problems who are taking place more than anything off the pitch. Taking no risks there. Cristiano Biraghi, who for many years was a certainty in the left back position for Fiorentina, has consistently been left out of the team by Palladino. Dodon's done really well. The decision is a goal kick. Dodon disagrees. Cristiano Biraghi and Fabiano Parisi, who was bought from Empoli a few seasons ago for 10 million euros, are seemingly not.
好似係國球嚟，俾人呃咗隻角喎，呢球應該係國球。
Fiorentina
俾人呃咗隻角啱啱咪？睇翻慢鏡係國球。
of their agent.
俾人呃咗一隻角啱啱。
Mario Giuffredi, who after the game against Lask, which seemed to be the final straw for him and the players he represents, said that his players would play for Fiorentina again and that they would leave during the January transfer window. Castro, free rein, off target, he looked offside regardless. Was offside, Castro. Maybe not as clear-cut as it initially seemed, with Bosins covering him, well, not covering him, but close to the line there. But it does mean that if Biraghi and Parisi leave, Fiorentina are going to have to look for a new left-back during the January transfer window. Here's Dodon. Dodon, who is covered by young Italian Michael Cagliari, Beltran, Ken,
Wow.
Richardson,
Wow.
Kone.
Wow. 喺禁區內遊走。
Dominguez, No foul, says the referee. Sotil, that's a really clever ball. Gosens. Richardson and caught.
封晒咁頂你頂中籠，根本就冇辦法頂正人。
Not to just palm that away. Richardson doesn't generate enough power on the header. Good goalkeeping. Odgaard. Castro's rolled Komutsu. Castro. Now Ferguson. Tees himself up and De Gea has to take flight once more. Dodon.
都對，又整咗球精彩。
Kone. Richardson. Substitution. Made a couple of good saves, David De Gea. De Gea, who said to young Fiorentina goalkeeper Tommaso Martinelli, the third choice goalkeeper at the club at the moment, that if he kept a clean sheet in the Europa Conference League against Lask, that he would invite the goalkeeping coaches and all of the goalkeepers at the club out for dinner. Tommaso Martinelli did keep a clean sheet, so remains to be seen whether or not David De Gea follows through with his promise. Benjamin Dominguez with a sublime performance, and he is given a standing ovation by the Bologna supporters. It might be a real coming-of-age performance for Dominguez, 21 years old, only his fourth appearance in Serie A, and congratulated by everyone, including his head coach. Lorenzo De Silvestri also makes way for the last 10 minutes. Hitting Junior and Stefan Posch, the players introduced by Italiano. Ken. Kone. Just caught there by Likojanis, and a yellow card shown to Geralampos Likojanis. Does catch his boot. I don't think he can have many complaints there. The step on foot is an automatic yellow card in Italy, as explained by the head of the referee's body, Gianluca Rocchi. Had a meeting with us commentators not too long ago to go through some of the episodes of refereeing that we've seen so far this season, and made it very clear to us that the step on foot was an automatic yellow card. Ferguson strike, plenty behind that one. De Gea making sure that it was not getting past him. Italiano signals to his players to keep their heads, to think it's something that let them down in their last Serie A match against Juventus. Adli, headed away by Ferguson. Sotil. Kone skies it.
我哋咁樣炒飛機，會唔會呀？
Well, they may have conceded 2 goals after being 2 up against Juventus, but they also managed to keep that clean sheet against Benfica in midweek in the Champions League. Result aside, which of course makes their qualification to the knockout stage is almost impossible, if not impossible. The fact that they were able to get a draw in that game just shows the character of this Bologna side. Here's Ferguson. Is this the second? He goes down under the challenge by Ranieri.
12碼。
And the decision is offside.
offside 嘅。 offside
confusion there because Michael Fabri, who looked over to his assistant, initially pointed to the spot. He's a long way off there, Lewis Ferguson. So a correct decision without having to look at VAR. A plus for everyone involved. De Gea. Sotti, Ken. That's Bergkamp. Ken Steele.
三角 corner free 第三角三角 yes
Still sticking close to Moise Ken.
Tony Chow冠軍 Jackie 穿 Q
Five minutes to go.
林建明三重彩背嘅
Athlete's corner, headed away by Lukumi.
四角 corner four 第四角四角收錢搞掂 輕鬆無比，有買到3.5角大嘅朋友打個4字，開心一下。有買到3.5角大嘅朋友打個4字，開心一下。今日輕取馬會250萬。林建明冠軍 Tony 再串跳 Jackie 三重彩背腳 ，Edward 仔4重彩背腳 ，Packing 獎金名字 Tony 抽中咗啦 ，Jackie 中咗啦。歡迎大家轉數快二維碼或者支付寶二維碼支持一下，或者 YouTube Super Chat 支持一下，都非常之好㗎。感謝你們。搞撳廣告就慶祝下先，翻嚟嘅朋友記住 live 直播中紅點。
Scored in the 90th minute. Kouame, Richardson, Kone Kouame, who started Fiorentina's last Serie A game against Cagliari. Sotil, followed by Posh, Ranieri, Adli, guard. Very, very astute defensively. Castro away from Richardson.
感謝林建明嘅強勁打賞。
Junior was waiting for the ball and he's eventually lost it. Castro, if this leads to a goal. This late stage of the match, it doesn't look like Fiorentina are going to be able to get that record-breaking 9th Serie A win in a row. At this point, they'd probably settle for a point. Castro, Illing Jr. Completely miscued pass by Illing Jr. He had Pobega right next to him.
拉都中咗。
He's been given much playing time.
感謝 Tony 抽嘅強勁打賞。
Juventus man. Has to take his chance when he's given one. Comuzzo. Bologna have shifted their focus solely to defending. It's one goal lead that they currently hold. De Gea. Looking for the height of Kouame. Odegaard is in the way. Ferguson. Odegaard. That is great skill by Odegaard. I'm not quite sure how he did that. But it's going to be a yellow card for Pietro Comuzzo, bring him down. Who brought him down rather. Muzzo's been given plenty of praise so far this season, and rightly so, but he has struggled tonight, or today, against the speed and the skill of the Bologna attackers and midfielders. Santiago Castro also receives a very warm round of applause. Dalinga introduced for the last couple of minutes. We're about to head into added time. Castro's ball to pick out Dominguez will be the highlight of this match. Ranieri, Comuzzo.
保持4分鐘。
Really struggling now, the youngster. Dalinga. Guard. Also clears only as far as Freuler. 4 minutes of added time. Bologna are about to cut the deficit with Juventus above them. It's just 3 points, and Bologna would have played 1 game less than the Bianconeri. As it stands, they're also moving above Milan. Ikone. Richardson. Wasted opportunity there. Ferguson does well, Dalinga. Turned into traffic. Parisi. Fully out of play and more time available to him. Just wonder how much the absence of Raffaele Palladino has played on the minds of the Fiorentina players today. Palladino called away at the last moment after his mother sadly passed away. And yet he wants this one to be played straight up. Headed away by Odegaard. Dodò. Dalinga wins it back. And Lykojanis is off. Kouame racing after him. Ferguson. Lykojanis, if the ball goes into the middle, there's no one there. Ferguson. Fiorentina may get themselves one last chance. Looked like that came off a Fiorentina player last.
完場，博洛尼亞贏1-0，恭喜各位！ 收看今次直播嘅朋友，狂勝馬會250蚊，歡迎大家轉數快二維碼或者支付寶二維碼支持一下，或者 YouTube Super Chat 支持一下。大家今日早點休息，晚安，下次一齊再揾過，拜拜。